there, welcome back to my channel everyone. It's Christy here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of November 7th through to the 14th. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So I'm doing these readings in the weekend of the full moon in Taurus, so we're going to be doing a focus on home and relationships. So the Taurus is ruled by the second house, which of course is possessions, values, creativity, beauty, all things female and feminine. And we're also looking at the parts of the body, which are the throat and the neck, and activities the body produces, such as singing and speaking. So Pisces, what does your sign need to know about home and relationships this week? All right, so just a little snapshot of what's going on with here altogether. I really just see a nice, beautiful, large, like everything is looking large for you this week. Possibilities with a capital P, okay? Energy with a capital E this week. I'm excited already just for you, just looking at the cards. A real sense of nothing is impossible. For all my dreamer Pisces out there, if you have a dream and it's not even begun, or if it's at the final stages, please, please, please keep going. Please just put your heart and soul into something this week, because it's absolutely majestic. I'm seeing a majestic week ahead for you with regard to home and relationships. Especially if it has to do with your career. I'll be honest with you right now. If this has anything to do with your career or prosperity or developing income in your life this week, Pisces, I would just go for it. I would just take a chance, a calculated risk this week as well. Ultimately, no matter what is going on for you, however, it looks like things are just sort of landing exactly where they need to land for you this week. And I'm excited for you. It looks very freeing, very like a voluptuous kind of week, like a very fulfilling kind of week for you. So let's look at why I would be saying that. Treasure Island represents you this week. This is like the answers are found within. This is knowing that the true treasure of life, however trite that sounds, really is found within. And it's really all you need to get anything in life. In fact, they say a lot of times, many of the richest people in the world can feel like they're empty inside, okay? It's because they don't have this. And it's a really good lesson for individuals who do have everything healthy and happy and prosperous going inside of them. They have their self-respect, they have their health, they have loved ones, they have friends and family they can rely on. They have a healthy spiritual life. They have their mental health, which is worth its weight in gold. And then you can have, an empty bank account and you're still a millionaire. You know what I mean? So if you're starting from a place of feeling really healthy and happy and prosperous, no matter if that bank account, no matter how many zeros that bank account has, you want to remember that that's the most important thing to have no matter what. Because the money, as my dad always says, that's the easy part. Okay, it's the mental health, it's the physical health, it's the relationships, it's our self-respect, it's our knowledge and appreciation about nature and the world. This is true love. This is true power, okay? And this is and because it's all stemming from inside, this ancient knowledge. We have, the treasure chest with hearts and stars on the back of a turtle that's only partly submerged in calm waters. We have a sense of you're getting by. This is a real sense of getting by through your own efforts, okay? This is something you've produced for yourself. And as I mentioned at the start, 10 to 1, this is going to be from a healthy frame of mind, okay? And honest to God, Pisces, that will take you anywhere. And if you happen to be wealthy or prosperous on top of that, well then congratulations, because you want to keep going. That's a very beautiful place to start anything from, or even to keep momentum with. Here with flexible as the influence to your current position, this is you knowing what to do in what situation. It's also a real pure understanding of yourself, what you're capable of, what your limits are, what your healthy boundaries are, what you're willing to give up for a certain person and you wouldn't for another. This is incredibly important self-knowledge. Again, you can have all the money in the world and be completely railroaded by people that you can't trust because you didn't learn who to trust and who not to trust. So that person could be taken advantage of very quickly and have to learn that lesson the hard way. But here, lo and behold, you have this under your wing already. So this is an incredible value to you. Speaking of, issues having to do with the second house, value isn't exactly always a dollar sign, okay? It's the values that we have about ourselves, about our friendships, about the way we work, and the way that we treat ourselves and other people. And this is a beautiful value system that you have. You've learned, oh, I go this way, this happens, I go this way, that happens. And you take that knowledge with you. And like I said, that's worth its weight in gold here for you. Trust me. This is part of your internal dialogue. It's part of your internal, compass, okay? And there's just no school that you can go to for that, unfortunately. It's really, by and large, it has to be trial and error. But here's where the beauty of it is that you have never treated any of this, as though it was never going to be valuable to you. See, you've looked at all these lessons and you've taken them all and you've tucked them away as though they were valuable all this time. And now you get to rely on them, and now they get to prove their worth to you. So that's really beautiful to see for you. It's not all that hard work is wasn't for naught. Now you can use it to your advantage, Pisces. Here with your probable outcome being the fates. This is you literally. You can see she's attached to the stars here. This is really being attached to the star, your story. So Shakespeare said hundreds of years ago, for example, that all the world is a stage, okay? And there is some evidence to suggest, at least if you're talking to people interested in talking about astrophysics and science regarding other worlds or other dimensions, for example, that there is, maybe not evidence, but there is some speculation around something about the world being a stage, or we are, something is sort of set up, or we fulfilling something here while learning from a soul advantage. And this is where I see you sort of following your story. You know what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Another way to read fates here is to say that there's a calling, right? Well, what do people mean when we say that there's a higher calling? Well, she could have been a doctor, or, he could have been a dentist, or, a coach for a very lucrative sports team, but, his calling was doing something else, and it's not always money related. Again, with value systems here, very, very important to look at both Flexible and Treasure Island as value systems that have very little next to nothing to do with the dollar sign. Could you have benefited financially or materially from this knowledge? Absolutely, 100%. And there's no doubt that you have, right? Like I said, you could have all sorts of zeros at the end of your bank account and be very, very prosperous right now. The beauty of this, though, is that you have internal prosperity, and you literally just can't buy this from anyone. No one can take it from you. It is invaluable, okay? Its worth is incalculable. So by the time you get to this layer of your life where you're like, oh my God, like I get my calling, I get where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to do, and everything else falls away and everything starts to feel good or natural, this is where you've hit the jackpot, my dear Pisces. This is a sense of everything is the way it's supposed to be right now, and you are safe. And it's just again, it's incalculable how important this is to have in your life, to have working in your life. Because if I didn't already mention this, I will restate if I hadn't already, this is your doing. No one gave you, oh, here's a lot of secrets you can do, and here's a little pill you can take, and it's all done for you. No, no, no. This is really hard work. You put in, you paid attention, you did the trial and error, you put yourself first, you put your foot down, you put love first. Of course, you're going to have a beautiful outcome, Pisces. So just delighted to see this for you. Here with the general energy for the whole week is go the distance. There's literally no stopping you. I hope you can see this. This is a cheetah about to run past the winning sign. You know, the sign saying, you know, here's one leg of the race, keep going. And you have no competition, okay? There's no one who can even keep up with you at this point. It's kind of like the race is with you. You need to decide how far you're going to go with this. You need to decide what this distance is. But ultimately, you call the shots here, and you're in charge. I mean, there's nothing. The leopard spots, for heaven's sakes, can't even keep up with him. So it's just a really good indication that you really need to keep going here. Because if for nothing else, it's exciting. Whatever is going on this week for you looks extremely exciting. Even by the time I laid them all down, for example, and I started speaking, I was just excited looking at them because there's a real sense of gloriousness that's going on here, a real sense of self-understanding, self-respect. But again, not due to, you know, happenstance, you know, you just figured something out by accident. It's been due to soul searching. So it's probably going to feel even more exciting that way. There could even be an aha moment here for you, at least one. And the momentum could be very exciting for you as well, knowing that you can keep going in this direction, and it's exciting now, it'll be exciting in the future in the same way. Here with harmony, we do have issues having to do with music. Either you're using your voice or you're feeling really compelled by music that moves you this week, if that's the case. If you are in the creative stage, you could be producing music, you could be developing music, or even writing, or showing an interest in taking a music class or an instrument. Otherwise, you will be surrounded by music that is extremely touching and very powerful to you this week, Pisces. You could be doing a lot of singing this week, here again with the second house influence. You could be just finding for the first time in a long time that you're just enjoying it. You don't have to sing well. I'm not saying you don't, but let's say you've picked on yourself a long time. Well, I don't want to sing because I'm not a good singer type thing. And this is a really nice week to say, who cares? The joy of singing is more important. And this is what is really helping to evolve your spirit this week as well, to help you keep feeling big and great and wonderful, and very full of love and a lot of energy, really feeling comfortable with yourself, right? You don't have to make excuses for anything anymore. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to make someone else happy right now. This is, I know who I am and what I'm doing, and you do you, because I'm happy as a plum right now. And that's what I'm seeing here, a real sense of joy. Here with Mountain Lion, we have leadership. Again, not entirely surprised to see this. Leadership in your own life. You are taking charge. If someone else had been in charge for whatever reason here, perhaps you were a student, perhaps you were working for someone you didn't want to. Perhaps you were just waiting for the right sign or phase in your life to say, I'm finally willing to let go of what wasn't working for me or what made everybody happy. Now it's like, okay, I'm in charge, and it's a no apologies. It's sorry, not sorry, okay? The beautiful thing about Mountain Lion this week for you and taking charge of your life and even of your fate, as it were, is that everyone's happy for you. See, this is really important, Treasure Island being in the center, okay? And it's really important that flexible precedes it and fate follows, because this means this is a position you are currently in. You are safe here. You got yourself here by your own trial and error, and you've clawed onto your star. You know where you belong. You are in charge, dear Pisces. You're in the leadership role. No one's going to get in your way. They can't anyway. Good luck, right? You're in a race with yourself. But the beautiful thing about it is that you get to lead yourself from now on, and everyone else just gets to applaud you. Everyone else gets to say, we get to be cheerleaders for you, right? You're not really looking for answers anymore. You don't need input anymore. You don't need to go inside and do that further, deeper study to figure out where that star was, where that higher calling was. Now you're just like, oh my God, I get it, and I'm confident, and I'm just gonna go with it from now on, because you know how to get how to be flexible and how to learn value systems, because you've already done it and it's already worked out positively for you. So I'm genuinely excited for you here, Pisces. This is a beautiful week for you. If you have a second, please comment below. Let me know how this works out for you. I want to hear what star you've held on to, what this calling is in your life. So please let me know about that. If you like the video, leave a like. And if you like the content, subscribe. That really helps me out. And thank you so much for watching. Take excellent care of yourself until I meet you in the next video. Bye for now.